Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar and resident and rabbi for UJA-Federation of NY. We bring you Torah and music, blessing and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today is Monday, February 26th, 2024. It's broadcast 1000 of a community that came together in moments of need and kept coming together no matter what was happening any day. I am already so emotional, and so I want to greet all of you as we do every day. Fabrice, sending love to Paris. Valerie, Hineni too. I'm here too. Lisa and Caroline, Sherry, and Deborah, Debbie, good morning. Penny, thank you for the mazel tov. Ariel, my beautiful girl, thank you for being here. Raf, my beautiful boy. I've got my kids here, friends. Nothing's bigger than that. I am so moved to have my children with me, to have my wife with me, as we continue our beautiful community and finding each other as we have every single day for the last 1000 weekdays. There has to be a blessing for these tears. You're the blessing for these tears. Micah, you're here. I love you. Another one of my kids. Oh, I've got 3 of our 5 on the screen right now. I see all of you here, but I see them so big in my eyes. Okay. Lydia and Debbie, good morning. Let's see who else is here so I can get to the Torah itself. I'm so moved, friends, to share this with you. Haley and Jerry, Ron, Linda, good morning. Oh, there are too many people. There are 100 people here, 103 on Facebook. Jen, good to see you. Lois, thank you for the love. It's good to see you. Adele and Rosa. Rosa sending love to Malta. Timothy and Barbara. Sandy. Ema, you're here. My mom's here, everybody. I'm so moved to have all of you here. My Abba's here too. Hi, Abba. You know, that's the whole Torah right here. Our ancestors never could have imagined that we would have 3 generations connecting through the technology of zeros and ones in a space that was created during a time of terrible dislocation, that held together, cohered, and kept on showing up and processed the world as it continued to unfold. Friends, I am so moved. I am so moved. Adrian, it's good to see you. Pam and Linda, Sunday, good morning. Oh, my wife, you're here, and you're here. I mean, this 1000th broadcast is dedicated to all of you, to our whole community who has shown up, who's been real together. Mark, you're right. It's not only digital. And it's also dedicated to you, my love. This home from which I've been able to teach Torah is also a place that gives me the Torah to teach. So to all of you, friends, all of you, I cannot thank you enough for being part of this community, for building it together. And I'm going to try to find some words for it today. I've got balloons. UJA sent balloons, and in fact, to my dear friend Kim Hartman, who's also here, I just want to say, we have balloons, and you don't know if those are yours or the ones UJA sent, because just before we went to broadcast, we got another set of balloons. So one of them is from Kim, one of them is from UJA, but all of it is from our community. So, friends, and Uncle Alex, hi, my love. It's good to see you, my best friend in the world. Okay. Let's take a breath, by which I mean I need to breathe. Oh, it's so emotional. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a breath, sing a blessing for learning. I'll teach some Torah, then maybe I'll be able to get Neshama to come sing with me for a minute. La 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 All right, friends, good morning. Really good morning. In the face of it all, as I've said so many times, good morning. It's beautiful to see all of you here, and I mean all of you. This community has been a source of life, a source of strength, a source of love in the world beyond what we ever could have imagined, beyond the needs we understood when we were born on March 18th, 2020, but 1,000 broadcasts. Can you imagine Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, who founded the yeshiva in Yavne after the destruction of the temple in 70 CE, imagining thousands of people coming together to learn, spanning distance, no matter what dislocates us, we are together. We have been together 1,000 times. And what will the gift be? What will the reward be for the 1,000? These balloons from Kim and from UJA? The gift will be 1,001. The gift will be 2,000. This is a community that has sustained every participant and people far beyond, either in synchronous time while we're broadcasting or afterwards. It's good to see all of you here. My children are here. My parents, thank God, are here. My wife, thank God, is here. My uncle, my beautiful Dod Baruch, is here. I'm touched, friends. So let's learn some Torah as we have every single day. It's Parshat Ki Tisa, and among the things that makes Ki Tisa special is that it was my daughter's bat mitzvah a bunch of years ago. And I remember her Dvar Torah a lot. I gave her a call. She's in Jerusalem right now. And I said to her that I'm not going to give her Dvar Torah, but I was thinking about it. So Ariel, I remember learning from you. This is a lesson in addition to that one. Ki Tisa is stuck in between 4 different Torah portions at the end of the book of Exodus. At the end of book of Shemot, there are 5 Torah portions. Truma and Tetzaveh just happened, and in another week it'll be Vayakel and Pekudei. And stuck in between is Ki Tisa. Now, Truma and Tetzaveh and Vayakel and Pekudei are dense with instructions how to create the Mishkan, the portable tabernacle. But Ki Tisa includes a narrative that sears the heart of a learning Jew. Why? Because ultimately, where we are as people is so immediately relatable to how our ancestors felt. And this has been true during the 4 years of our broadcast, to the 1,000 broadcasts that we have shared. There have been many dislocations. I'll just name a few of them. We began because COVID made us stay home. And so thanks to the beautiful idea of Mark Meaden, my friend, my colleague at UJA, we decided for the 2 weeks of dislocation to have a pick-me-up that we offered the community. Well, 2 weeks turned into a very long time, and some of us are still struggling with the after effects of COVID, so we wish only healing. After that, many, many things happened, including the murder of George Floyd. And that changed our world again, not enough, but it brought more allies and activists into the street to fight for racial justice. Not enough. But that work was amplified by the tragedy that re-transformed us. After that, I'm skipping many things. January 6th. How that reminds us how fragile our democracy is, and that we have to fight for the institutions of the state because they keep us safe and whole, are meant to embody the values that we learn every single day. There are so many after that's, but I'm going to jump forward to the protest movement in Israel that for 36 straight weeks after Shabbat, at least 5% of Israel's population came to the streets demanding justice and democracy. We were united here, there, and everywhere, and you were with me. Before that, I skipped one very big one that's obviously on our minds now. The war began when Russia attacked Ukraine. And UJA sent a group of rabbis, and you came with me to the border of Poland and Ukraine, witnessing the incredible work of UJA to save the world and to bear testimony, not only for Jewish people, but for all people. Among the lines that I will never forget, and I think I might have broadcast this live when it happened, was literally on the border of Ukraine, where I met an Israeli paramedic who was there, and he told me, "Sholim otim babayit," they're asking me from home, "Atam bodkim mi Yehudi lifnei shozrim lahem?" Do you check who's Jewish before you help them? And he gave an answer that chilled me to my bones, but reminded me of what it is to be a Jew. He said, "Lifnei shmonim shana labadnu al seleksia." 80 years ago, we learned about selections. Lo osim et zeh. We don't do that. We don't do that. Through it all, we don't do that. And most recently, October 7th changed our world yet again. And we are still reeling. We are reeling. And we are also strong. On day 143, every day we pray for our sisters and brothers. Every day. No matter the celebration of 1,000 broadcasts. Nothing will be complete until our family is whole again. Nothing. And so when I look at this week's Parsha tucked into the instructions of how to build the tabernacle, and I look at how terrorized we are when our teacher Moshe goes away up a mountain for a little while. Listen to the verse, chapter 32, verse 1, in Hebrew first. Vayar ha'am ki voshesh motzeh laredet min ha'ar. When the people saw that Moshe was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered against Aaron and they said, "Come, make us a god who shall go before us. Ki zeh Moshe ha'ish," because that guy, someone we could see, someone who witnessed who we were, who brought us out of Egypt. We don't know what's happened to him. We're scared. And I could point to that and many commentaries, but let us, friends, you and me, be the living commentary on this verse. There are times where we don't see the people we need to be seeing. Babies and grandparents, brothers, sisters, parents, neighbors. There are times like March 18th, 2020, where suddenly we couldn't find each other. I don't blame our ancestors for being so panicked. How could I? But what you and I have created, what UJA has empowered us to create, has encouraged me to keep doing, which is no small thing. It's a real allocation of time and energy for us to have this community and for UJA to give us the chance to continue to build our hearts in an unscripted way in response to the world. You and I, friends, you and I are stronger than we ever have been. We have transformed Torah into the zeros and ones of computer code so that we could find each other. We learned how to learn again. This has been a steady minyan like nothing I've ever experienced. People who are Jewish and not have found meaning every day in this community. You've been with me as I began broadcasting in my bedroom, on my side of the bed, sometimes leaving the bathroom door open, which I learned to close. You've been with me as my wife encouraged me, and then my daughter helped me build a desk in the corner of our living room. And you've been with me as this room, which is my son's bedroom, now my office too. You've been with me through it all, and that is one person's journey. Look at the comments, friends. Look at the comments. What a gift it is to be with friends new and old all over. You are so special for having created a community with me these last 1,000 days. And so before I invite my amazing wife to join me in celebrating a moment and marking it, actually, let me invite you now, because I love you and I want you here.
I'm here.
Everybody say hi to Neshama. Hi. Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks for all the love, you guys. Every day when I tune in from the kitchen. Wait, let me move.
Yeah.
Back a little bit.
So what I want to say, just as we celebrate with a little bit of singing, did we decide what we're going to do?
No.
Okay. Let me dedicate this Torah to our children. To Ariel, to Moshe, to Raf, to Micah, to Raya. I dedicate this Torah to you. With gratitude to our roots, where we've come from, and to our children who are our branches. This has been an enormous privilege. This love sustains me in so many profound ways. But what you can't see, although we have a lovely guy who's filming us right now for something that'll eventually, I think, be a documentary of this journey, what you can't see is images of our children all around me. Images they've made, art they've made, pictures of them. Here, I'll show you my favorite because I know it's one they like. Here. Here are our kids.
They're so pretty.
They are.
Yes.
They're in my eyes. They're in our eyes. So, what I'd love to do, friends, is take advantage of this moment and ask you to do one thing, please. Make a loving action today. You want to make a gift to UJA, support our work? Great. You want to hold the door for someone who needs help? Great. You want to make a friend? You want to apologize, perhaps, if there's something that you need to apologize for? If you want to be a little bit more trusting, if you want to take good care of yourself, eat something good. Take a nap if you need it. Double down on faith in humanity. Take a break from the news if that's what you need. And if you haven't been paying attention, read some news, because the world needs your attention too. There are a lot of things that need your attention. This community has been a place that reminds us to pay attention and to amplify all the good within. We probably don't all believe in God the same way. It's one of the gifts of Judaism. You don't have to. You don't have to believe in God at all. You don't have to be Jewish to be part of a Jewish community. But we have to have faith in each other. We have to believe in something greater than the self. These balloons, they made me smile. So that's a mitzvah. Thank you to Claire in my office, who takes great care of me. To Penny, who's been counting every one of these broadcasts.
Penny.
And to all of you for showing up every day. Catherine wakes up at 1 a.m. every day in Australia.
That's
to
crazy.
Be in this community. And Deborah and Hannah in the Bay Area remind me of my Berkeley days with great, great fondness. So, friends, do something kind for somebody today. We're going to sing, okay? Let's do Olam Chesed.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that one.
Yeah. And there's not going to be a way to close this. But what I'd like to do is to hold on to our people tight as we sing this song. Okay? So before we begin, do me a favor. Open your heart. Hold our people. Chesed, if you really study it, is actually a specific kind of love. Chesed is the kind of love that comes from a place of abundance to a place of need. Our people are in need. So open your hearts and give a lot of love to our people. Say with me before we begin, bring them home. Bring them home. We celebrate 1,000 mornings of Torah, but I would give it all up to have them back. So maybe we can have it all. Let's hold on to that possibility. And God will build this world from love. Olam chesed yibaner. Olam chesed So before we close this morning's broadcast with Hatikva, as we have, I'm going to ask you, friends, don't usually do this, I'm going to ask you to make a prayer. You don't have to say what it is. A real minyan, a good community, makes a lot of space for individualism. When we first began broadcasting, I made this gesture a lot, because I wasn't sure that I remembered how to feel my own pulse. I didn't know if my heart was beating. There have been moments over these 4 years that have been tests like that. And we are evidence that our hearts are beating. We can make it through it all. Am Yisrael Chai is a promise, not just a song. So before we sing Hatikva, let me first pour out my gratitude to all of you for building a community with me 1,000 times. In our home, you are part of our home. To UJA for trusting that this could work, taking a chance on an unscripted community. Philanthropies don't do that. You took a chance, and I think it's been beautiful. So I'm going to ask you, friends, pray. Let's decide together for a second that the heavens are open. What's your deepest prayer right now? You can either write it, pray it, feel it. It's yours. So let it out in whatever way you feel comfortable. And perhaps, in the days to come, you can pursue that specific prayer. Invite someone else to be part of it. If it involves asking for support, ask for it. If it involves calling your elected officials because we need our family home, call them. If it involves thanking your clergy for holding the world up for 4 years that are unlike any others, call them. If it means repairing connections in your family, call them. If it means holding God to account for what hasn't gone right these 4 years, call God. And if it involves remembering to put your own hand on your own heart, because you deserve this feeling of being alive, no less than anyone else, call yourself. Show up. This song, Hatikva, was written a long time ago, but who knows, maybe it was for this moment. People like us, like all people, have moments that don't engender hope. But we are a people who hope anyway. And in memory of one of the greatest teachers we've ever known, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, he taught that the big difference between hope and optimism is the idea that things will get better. Hope is the conviction that we can help. Be a helper. Start with your own heart's hope. Say with me the blessing now, and then we'll sing Hatikva, because I don't want anything to happen after Hatikva except for us just to say we love each other and we'll see each other tomorrow. But we've arrived in a very, very big milestone, 1,000 broadcasts. I've done books, but this is bigger. I've been in community, but this is richer. So say with me, Ashechianu. We've made it. It's a big deal. It's beautiful. So say with me. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam She'achianu V'kiyamanu V'higianu Lazman Hazeh. Kolon balevav V'nima Nefesh Yehudi Homiya Ulefate Mizrach Kadima Ayin Letzion Tzofia Od lo avda tikvateinu Hatikva bat shnot alpayim Liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim Liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. Love you, friends. Love you.
I love you.
See you tomorrow, broadcast 1001. Bye, everybody.